because today you're here, tomorrow you're gone.
That's right.
And I love to write poetry, and may I read this, please?
Yes, please.
Because at the age of 80, I wrote my life story, and had it very fascinating. And I gave it to all my family and friends. And if I drop dead right this minute, they know all about me and what I went through, and know that life is not a bed of roses all the time. Here's the poem. Life is a fleeting bird like a fleeting bird in flight, similar to the leading deer, so swift to disappear. One's memory and fondest recollections too soon disappear. Loved ones know not the treasures we behold. Some happy ones, others pierce our heart and soul. Perhaps from our experiences, a lesson will be learned. Not all is smooth along the way. By a written word recorded today, we will help dear ones find their way. Unlike stocks, bonds, and things, recorded memories of our life among our most treasured possessions may be cherished best of all.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's why we're doing this program, because as I said before, we've seen pictures of people. We have seen their names, but hearing their voices is so important. That's why music is so important, because music reminds you of things.
Yes.
You hear people's voices that remind you of them.
Right.
The USO and all these people, the LTJG, they will never forget our heroes. But how are they going to remember all of them?
Yes, my beloved brother Morris H. Cohen, was a first lieutenant and was with Wainwright, his right-hand man. He was in the ground force of the Air Force. It was shot out, and then he was put to the big guns. And then he was, when Krieger fell, he fought in the jungle and was captured and killed on a hell ship. And if you want to learn the true misery that went through and how they fought to save our great country, get on the internet and go hellship.com. Now, Maury was a journalist. He was a journalist by the word journalist. And his letters from the Philippines just before the war and after, I have them, and they are masterpieces. And he praised the Philippine people. They were not educated, but they were very fond of our democracy,
Right.
and they were very helpful to the soldiers. So, if you know any veterans, please, I urge you to have them recorded. Get a tape recorder, especially when you're in my age group, 80, 85, because you're going to be here today and tomorrow you're gone. We're losing veterans about 10,000 a week.
Whoa.
Well, that's why this Mark Eberle is our producer. This is why we do this show.
Yeah, we did this August 1st. We did this August 1st, 2010, and it's amazing how much response we have. The fact is,
That's right. We have listeners. And when I was in Hawaii, we had so many people that wanted to be on the show. We couldn't benefit them, and that's why we have to go back.
I'd like to make this comment about the submarines.
Go ahead.
It is my humble opinion that the submarines are one of our first line of defense. And unfortunately, some terrible man or a traitor gave a lot of our secrets to the enemy. And I think we're too pussyfoot with them.
That's right.
We've got to get really tough with them. But I want to say that the submarines, I have a great deal of respect for them.
Well, I think we all should have more respect for all of the services, because all of them did their part.
That's right.
And all of them represent us as people, no matter where they are in the world. If they wear that uniform or without the uniform, they still are very proud of being a part of America.
And also, they're all volunteers as well. All of them. They all volunteer to give their life away.
Exactly. Now, in the World War II, unfortunately, they didn't have that. They couldn't all volunteer from ages.
Right.
Excuse me, 18
because
to
of the draft.
35, I understand they were drafted.
Right.
But
That's right.
of this great country of ours. So that's the main thing in this program is to honor, record, and honor, because as you say, you can't hear the voices again.
No, that's right.
You can see pictures, but hearing their voices in their own words,
That's right.
describing some of their experiences. In fact, you want to describe some more of your experiences. We still have a bit of time. Ron, would you like to say something else about something that you especially remember?
I would like to say something about my uncle. He was a major in the Air Force. He fought in the Korean War and World War II. He was a sole survivor in 4 plane crashes.
Wow.
And one of them, he was shot down behind enemy lines, and he spoke fluent German. And before he knew it, he was coming up on this German camp. Well, he was dressed in his American uniform, and he cussed out the sentries. He cussed them out and said, "For all you know, I was a real American." And he walked right through the camp and out the other side. But he was a pilot, and one of his bombers is recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most shot up airplane and still landed. None of the bullets hit any of the hydraulic lines or we had 2 engines left out of the 4, and he landed it. It had, he said it had over 6,000 bullet holes in it, ranging from 6 millimeters to 6 inches. And he only lost 2 of his crew members.
God was with him. That's what we have to say.
I think it behooves us to volunteer, especially Veterans Day and Armistice Day, etc., to go to the schools and volunteer at the community clubs and try to talk and answer questions about our experiences. Because young people are thirsty for this information.
That's right.
Oh, sure. You can ask a question, Laura.